Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Potato. This is Factorio Undefeatable. Alright, in the last episode, we got Galena coming over here. So we've currently got it stored up in this storehouse, warehouse, thingamabobber, right over here. Which is good. It's not the whole process. We need to actually take the Galena, we need to refine it, and then we need to transfer it all the way up onto the belt that it's meant to be put on, which is like all the way up here, right? It's just this one, that belt. So if you can see that, we need to get it all the way up there. So I'm thinking that we kind of process it like over here somewhere, or we do something like that. I don't really know. I haven't really thought it through, but what I do know is that we are going to need a significant amount of resources to make the next sorting area, which again shouldn't be a problem. It'll just take a little bit of time. The sorting process, however, is only the first stage of what is going to be actually really complex. Well, I say really complex stuff. Everything is really complex in context, I guess. But it's going to be complex in the regard that we're going to need to take oxygen, which I don't think we're actually producing right now, even though we probably should be producing it. No, we've only got hydrogen and chlorine. Yeah, so we're going to need to get oxygen, which means that we're going to need to be electrolyzing water. And then we're going to be turning that into, yes, advanced lead processing with silver ore. We've got carbon. We do not have nickel ore yet, and we do not have lead oxide. So that's why we're going to need the oxygen for the oxide processing bit, the lead oxide processing bit. I don't know. See, I just go with the flow. We'll have to see how it works out. No real idea, but I'm kind of hopeful. Alright, can we get at least something that looks somewhat decent over here? I don't really want to block up all of this water, although we could if we needed to, because we can still use the, like, underground mining things. I think we should have enough space, though, actually. Also, I have no steel on me. That is, in itself, somewhat of a problem. But it doesn't matter. We'll deal with it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, right? And that should be all of the inserters that we need. I mean, obviously we need way more for the other side, but that's just a good litmus test of exactly how many we need. I'm so scared of just miscounting it and making it 5, because then that messes up the whole darn thing. Which is not very good. Not very good at all. Okay, we need a bunch of fast inserters as well, so let's make a couple of them. That's not the inserter type that I wanted. That's the inserter type that I wanted. Steel chests. Yep, we need to get them sorted pretty pronto. But we don't need to worry about it until then. Inserters here. Let me just place them all down and then get rid of the ones that are not needed. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's suitable, I guess. We're investing a lot of materials and time into this area because, well, it's necessary. It's necessary. Alright, what did I say that we needed? We needed Galena to be filtered here, right? So that's Galena. One of the most bland-looking ores in the entire game, I would hasten to add. I would love it to be changed to maybe a little bit more of an interesting color. Although I suppose you've already got zinc and, like, nickel and whatever. Speaking of nickel, we are going to need to get nickel, which means that we're going to need to add yet another element to this sorting area, which will be nickel. Nickel, yeah. We're going to need to sort nickel out, which will be fun, but also just something that needs to be done. Also, from now on, we should always be using these tiny lamps. I actually think that they consume less resources than the regular lamps, but they also provide a little bit more light, apparently. Which I would not disbelieve, actually. I would not disbelieve that. Okay, yep, so that's going to be that. Wow, this sorting section is growing at a rate of knots that is somewhat never been seen before. It's very exciting. I know it's kind of like, it's kind of dopey, the sorting system, but I think it'll actually be kind of cool. Like, I like the idea of having just, like, one area where we have everything, so to speak. There we go. A little bit of an epilepsy inducing move there, but it doesn't really matter. Also, I think I can make cars now. I uncovered research for cars, which means we need a couple more engine units, which means we need some more engines. Great. Cars, engines, whatever, sorted out. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, a little bit more steel. Never goes amiss. Also, where is our nearest chest that we store all of these bad boys in? There we go. Look at that. All of the silly alien artifacts that we don't really need. We've got 658 alien artifacts already. Wow. That's quite something. Also, all of this neuroteal, whatever. I want to get rid of it, but I really can't, unfortunately. It's probably sticking around for a while to come. Unfortunately, again, a little bit annoying that we have to have it, but I guess I could build over it. I never really wanted to. Never felt the need to build over it. I just don't like the look of it. Oh wow, the perfect number of steel chests. How great is that? Okay. Yeah. Why not? That works. Okay. We have successfully... Oh, it wasn't the perfect number of steel chests. I missed one. Darn. It was so close to being glorious there, but alas. What was I going to do? Oh, yes. I was going to start working on the processing area for the lead. I kind of want it to be here, I guess. Like, it's got to be. So, what even is the process for making lead oxide? Lead oxide requires 1 Galena ore and 1 oxygen ore, and it's made in a chemical plant. Okay, a chemical plant. Let's make 5 chemical plants, I guess, then. Why not? We're also going to need a couple of... Oh, whoops, that was an accident. We're also going to need a couple of electrolyzers, so we're going to need some stone bricks and some stone pipes, which means we need some stone. So let me go and go over here and get some stone. Also, just take this little bit of wall up whilst we're here, because it's pretty unnecessary now. Also, get some more gun turrets. Gun turrets being kind of necessary now. Kind of in hot demand. Also, we should be able to make construction robots, so we're going to dedicate an episode or two to making construction robots pretty darn soon, I think. Is there any more research that we can do? Like, radars? Mark II radar? I don't really care about radar. I kind of care about military. Military 1, 2... What about military 3? Okay, 50 science packs. Not a big fan. What about armor? I need armor. Armor crafting 2. Is power armor really the next level up? Armor crafting 3. We need cobalt, nickel, and alloy processing to make Invar. Invar is an iron nickel alloy. Maybe we can use this for something. Well, clearly we can use this for something. Okay. And let's take a little bit of stone from here. Things are looking pretty good in the world of stone, actually. Ever since we expanded, gave a little bit more. Also, what the heck is going on here, and why is there no underground belt here? It certainly makes sense why there's no stone coming in, but I could have sworn that that shouldn't have been like that. Whatever the case, it doesn't really matter. It's always good that we've got stone coming in. Okay, got the stone, got all that. We should be able to make a couple of electrolyzers now. Let's make 5, 10, I guess. Sure, why not? We're also going to need a couple of pumps. Either a couple of pumps or a couple of... Maybe a couple of the water well pumps. I mean, it's kind of cool. But also the offshore pumps are they're so much easier, right? They're so simple in comparison. So we might as well use that. It's probably time that we get rid of this big ass farm. It's really not necessary. However, we are going to keep this. We could probably get away with just lining up the... Oh, we can't do that. Probably get away with just lining up the coast a little bit better. Also, do I have a field? Could I just place down like one more field here? Where is the field? How do I get... That's tree farm, isn't it? Yeah. Place down one more field. Player's inventory's full, really? Nope. Give me something that I can get rid of quickly. There. Okay, yeah, place down one more field. Do I really want to bother doing this? I don't think I really want to bother doing this. Also, we've still got an entire chest of Galena over here. Why was I not informed of this? Okay, gun turret, sniper turret. Okay, just get rid of all this nonsense. Yeah. Alright, no, fuck the field, basically. How much Galena have we got here? Enough to be annoyed that I didn't spot it earlier. Put it that way. Enough to be annoyed that I didn't spot it earlier. Alright, so now that this coast is somewhat level, that should be kind of nice. We are going to need to install some offshore pumps. That's a good number. We're going to need to install some electrolyzers. That's a decent enough number, I guess. I guess it kind of works. I guess so. Build me some iron pipes so we can connect it all up. It's gonna look bloody atrocious. I don't think I'm really that bothered though, to be honest. Okay. And actually, if we do this underground belt, underground pipe even, then that works. So everything's got its own little individual pump, which might help with things, it might not help with things. It doesn't really matter. It works. It's fine, I guess. A little bit of lighting over here for the sake of lighting. Good, good, good. And also because we need to power these things up, we might as well put some poles next to them. And we are going to need a bunch of underground belt. I keep on saying underground belt today. Bunch of pipe, because we're going to need a place to store all of the oxygen and hydrogen and stuff that we're making from this. Yeah, so we're just going to need plain old water electrolysis. So it's going to give us oxygen and hydrogen. Now we're already producing hydrogen, so I don't feel terrible about getting rid of the hydrogen. But I guess we should probably keep it around, right? I guess we probably should. Also, I'm going to need some more iron, so I'll run up here and get some more iron while we're processing some of those things. Okay. A little bit of storage tank production here, and there, and everywhere. And now we can store the resources that we need over here. Yep. Yep. And one more. Okay, so what do we want to be for hydrogen? What one do we want to be for oxygen? Truth is, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even bloody matter. You can now be for oxygen. Oh, I feel you should be for hydrogen, actually. No, you're going to be for oxygen. Fuck it. Don't even care. Don't even care. Okay. Yep, and now what we need to do is follow a similar pattern. Oxygen out here. Oxygen out here. Oxygen. Not there. Out there. Thank you very much. I think this can actually just be above ground belt. Doesn't need to be below ground. Yeah, it can just be plain old above ground belt. Same with over here. I mean, it's annoying that it's going to take up a little bit of space, but yeah, whatever. It's easier than wasting a bunch of time trying to craft underground pipes, because that is honestly one of my biggest pet peeves. It's just crafting underground pipes. Takes far too long. You need 10 bits of normal pipe, for example. That's just too many. I just don't have time for that, you know? Not there. Perfect. So now we've got hydrogen and oxygen in this area. Now, we should be... yeah, we should be working, right? Getting a bunch of oxygen. Perfect. So, I guess a little issue that some people might have is that we're already producing hydrogen, and as I've already said, I don't really mind that we're already producing hydrogen. It should make it easier to access hydrogen wherever we need it, to be honest, but again, doesn't really matter. Lithia water. I think we're okay to build over this. I mean, we're going to be building over this neutral nonsense, unfortunately. There's pretty much nothing that I can do to get rid of it. I mean, you know, we bloody tried over here, and it failed. We're still mining the bloody stuff. So very, very irritating in that regard, but hey-ho. Okay, chemical plant. Let's get some chemical plants down and see what we're actually working with here. So we want to be making lead oxide, right? Yeah, lead oxide, which requires galena and oxygen, both of which we will be shipping in here. And this outputs... Oh, that's interesting. It outputs sulfuric acid and something else. This is the only recipe, right? Yeah, sulfur dioxide. Yeah, so it outputs sulfur dioxide. Huh, interesting. Did not think that that would be the case. We're going to move this belt a little bit. Because I don't want it to get in the way too much, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, the Galena belt's going to go down here. We'll move this belt over to this location. Just temporarily out of the way. A little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now the mission is going to be collecting... Oh, actually, also, we can also reconnect this. I disconnected this whole area at the end of the last episode, just so that we wouldn't prematurely be taking... you know, we wouldn't be introducing Galena into the sorting system when it wasn't even ready to do so. Lots of Galena here, though. That is very, very good news. Galena's starting to filter through. It's looking fine. That's looking great. Looking really, really good. Really, really good all around over there. Let's run up and get a little bit of belt, because we never have enough of the bloody stuff. And also, we're going to need quite a lot to get from here to up. Well, I say quite a lot. Not very much at all, actually, but... probably worth getting a few more little bits of belt before we progress onwards, since it's only a small journey. While I'm going past, I'll pick up some gears. Pick up some belts. Pick up some belts. Lots and lots of belt. Too much stone on me, but lots and lots of belt, which is kind of nice. Still going to be doing robots, remember? We still need to do robots. Yeah. Every time I go past, I should just stick a few more pipes into there. And eventually we'll have enough to build a car. In fact, we probably got enough to build a car already, but hey-ho. Alright, so let's see the infrastructure that we're actually going to need to set this side of things up. So we're going to need an inserter, obviously, to insert the Galena that's going to be coming off the belt, which shouldn't be too difficult to do. I don't want them all to be different speed inserters. I want them all to be the same speed of inserters, thanks. Okay, that's good. So you're ready to insert Galena into there. We're going to need this, like, no, not there. Well, actually, yes, there. No, not there. 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 And then here. And then here. Yeah, it kind of works, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And that should be the area in which we transfer the oxygen over, right? It is oxygen that we need. It's the red stuff. Yeah, it's the red stuff that's going in. And that should work. Okay, fingers crossed that's going to be enough. I mean, it's only 3 oxygen that we need, so it's not that much. It's not that demanding on our oxygen supplies, but we could expand this electrolyzer bank if we really wanted to. We could probably make like an artificial island and set this whole setup again. Maybe a little bit more efficiently this time, but I think you get the picture. I don't think we need that much oxygen. I don't know how long it takes to process. Well, 2 seconds is how long it takes to process this stuff. What's the crafting speed of these things? 1.25, so a little bit less than 2 seconds. Okay, that's fine. Let's get Galena set up. Let's get Galena set up. Indeed. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Where do we want to go? Oh, this is going to be a tight fit. A tight fit indeed. And the train station is in the way. That is not something that I actually anticipated. Okay, that's a problem, actually. That is a real problem. We need one more bit of belt that can't go there. Huh. That's actually a really big deal. We're gonna need to remove that. Oh, Jesus, actually, that's a really big problem. We can't move it by one, can we? We can't move this whole setup by one, that's just not happening. We can't move this track by one because it was specifically laid out like that. Well, I guess we'll like put this down here because that's what's gonna happen, right? We cannot get that single bit. I mean, that works. It's really horrifically ugly. And also, we're pretty much wasting 2 chests worth of resources at this point. Yeah, we can't do this. We're gonna need to just... It sucks, but we're gonna have to do it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Gotta keep telling myself it's not a big deal. Yeah. Move the Galena, right. It's gonna... The annoying thing is that it's just gonna offset the balance of everything. Which kinda sucks. And it's gonna make it look really, really ugly. But again, not much that can really be done about that, I'm afraid. Also, unfortunately, we're gonna be pathing through quite an important area. I would say that this is one of the most important little areas in the entire game. Which is, it's risky, I guess. It's risky, but not a big deal, I guess. Not a big deal. Let's actually get you to go up here instead. We are going to need a little bit of underground beltage. Which means we'll need to drop some stuff. Drop this iron pole. Yeah, there we go. Good job there. Really? I thought I dropped an iron pole, though. Drop a station. There we go. Dropped a bloody iron pole. And right there. Perfect. I can pick the station back up, I guess. Okay. You come over this way. And that entire area is now unpowered. So that's a very big problem. There we go. We were almost super low on power there, but we managed to fix it rather rapidly. Okay, so this is going to come down here. Somewhere around here should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Might just treat us well. And that happens to be perfectly in line, which is great. I didn't think it was, but it turns out that it actually is. Alright. So we're going to need to, in the next episode, deal with an area for storing the sulfur dioxide and also taking the lead oxide out. So we're going to need to get some outserters, inserters, whatever you want to call them, and sort that out. But it shouldn't be too difficult at all to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Factorio Undefeatable. My name, of course, has been Open Potato, and I will see you next time. Bye.